So? YN said. Bong Chan slowly lifted his eyes from the contract on the table. The black folder between them looked too expensive for something so ridiculous. Marriage contract. Those two words sat on the first page like a joke. Chan leaned back in his chair, calm and serious in his black suit. That's your reaction? YN crossed her arms. Tears? Screaming? Me falling to my knees because the great Bang Chen offered me a fake wedding ring. His jaw tightened slightly. You need money, Chen said. And you need a wife, Yin said. Looks like we're both suffering. Chan's lawyer, Attorney Kang, coughed awkwardly beside them. He looked like he wanted to disappear into the wall. YN looked at him. You okay there? Chan let out a quiet breath. This is serious. Nothing says romance like signing page 6 beside the words, You act as my wife, in public. YN's playful expression slowly faded. Your father doesn't know? He must never know. YN stared at him. So let me understand this. Your rich, scary father thinks you're marrying me because you love me? Yes. YN laughed once. That man must be easier to fool than he looks. Chan's expression darkened. He's not. Then you're the one with the problem. Chan leaned forward. My father wants to control everything in my life. My company, my future, even who I marry. If he finds out this marriage is fake, he will destroy the agreement, my position, and possibly your family too. YN's smile disappeared completely. Her family. That was the only reason she had even agreed to meet him. Her mother's medical bills had stacked up like a mountain. Her father's debt had doubled because of men who came to their door every week, smiling like snakes. YN had worked 2 jobs, skipped meals, and still, the money was never enough. Then, Bong Chan appeared, a man with too much power and a proposal too strange to refuse. YN looked at the contract again. You're saying your father cannot know I'm being paid? Yes, so I have to act in love with you. Yes. In front of him. Yes. YN tilted her head. Do I get extra pay for emotional damage? Attorney Kang coughed again. Chan ignored him. You will be paid enough. Enough is not a number. Chan took a pen and wrote a number on the side of the contract. YN glanced at it. Her lips parted slightly. That amount could clear her family's debt. It could pay for her mother's treatment. It could give them a normal life again. She hated that it made her hand tremble. Chan noticed. YN quickly covered it by grabbing the pen. Fine, but I have rules too. Chan's eyes narrowed. Rules? Yes, Mr. Fake Husband. I'm not a doll you can put in a pretty dress and drag around. Chan said nothing, so YN continued. 1. You don't boss me around unless we're in front of your father. 2. You don't touch me unless I allow it. 3. I get my own room. 4. If your father insults me, you defend me. And 5. She leaned closer. If you ever look down on my family, I will make your rich life very uncomfortable. Chan stared at her for a long moment. It was small, almost invisible, but YN saw it. Agreed, Chan said. YN blinked. That was too easy. I also have one personal rule. YN leaned back. Here we go. You do not ask about my past. YN studied his face. For the first time, she saw something behind his calm expression. Something heavy. Something old. It passed quickly, but it was there. Fine, YN said. You don't ask about mine either. Chan picked up the pen and signed first. His signature was smooth and perfect, like everything about him had been trained to look untouchable. Then he handed the pen to her. YN looked at the paper. 1 year, a rich husband, a dangerous father, a life full of lies. She wanted to run, smiling weakly and pretending she was not in pain. Congratulations, he said carefully. YN stared at him. You look like you're announcing a funeral. Attorney Kang froze. Chan stood and buttoned his suit jacket. We need to leave. Wai Yan looked up. Already? My father wants to meet you tonight. Wai Yan's eyes widened. Tonight? Yes, Chan said, as he fixes his suit. You couldn't give me one day to prepare? You are a sassy. You'll survive. Wai Yan stood and grabbed her bag. Careful, husband. I charge extra for compliments. Chan walked toward the door. It was not a compliment. Too late. He accepted it. A black car waited outside the building. The driver opened the door for them, and Wai Yan slipped inside first. Chan sat beside her, leaving a careful distance between them. The city lights moved across the window as the car drove toward the Bang mansion. Wai Yan looked at Chen. What does your father know about me? That we met privately. That fell in love. That I refused every woman he introduced to me because of you. Wai Yan snorted. Wow, I sound powerful. You have to act like you are. I don't act, Chen. I naturally shine. He glanced at her. Again, that almost smile appeared. Wai Yan looked away quickly, annoyed that she noticed it. The mansion was huge, too huge. The gates opened slowly, revealing a long driveway lined with lights. The house looked less like a home and more like a palace, built for people who did not believe in comfort. When the car stopped, Chan stepped out first. Before Wai Yan could open her own door, he was already there, offering his hand. Wai Yan stared at it. Chan lowered his voice. My father watches everything. Wai Yan smiled sweetly and placed her hand in his. Then let's give him a show, she said. Chan's hand was warm, strong, but careful. He did not grip too tightly. The front doors opened. Mr. Bang stood at the entrance. He was tall, older, and terrifying without even trying. His eyes moved from Chan to Wai Yan, like he was inspecting a business deal. So this is the woman, Mr. Bang said. Wai Yan smiled politely. I also have a name. Chan's fingers tightened slightly around hers. Mr. Bang's eyebrows rose. Wai Yan kept smiling. Chan cleared his throat. Father, this is Wai Yan, my wife. Mr. Bang looked at her hand, then at Chan's. You married quickly. When a man knows what he wants, he shouldn't waste time, Chan said. Wai Yan almost laughed. That sounded so fake she wanted to clap. Mr. Bang turned to her. And you love my son? Chan went still. Wai Yan could feel it. His hand tensed. His breath changed. This was the test. Wai Yan stepped closer to Chan and smiled like she had been born for this lie. Of course, Wai Yan said. He's cold, stubborn, emotionally constipated, and probably thinks smiling is illegal. Chan's head snapped toward her. Mr. Bang's face hardened. Then, Wai Yan gently squeezed Chan's hand. But he is also the person who chose me, Wai Yan continued. And I don't take that lightly. The silence stretched. Chan stared at her like he did not know what to do with her. Mr. Bang studied Wai Yan carefully. Finally, he stepped aside. Come in, he said. Dinner was stiff, quiet, and expensive. Wai Yan had never seen food look so beautiful and taste so stressful. Mr. Bang asked questions like, each one was a trap. How did you meet my son? Privately, Wai Yan said. Where? Wai Yan smiled. Somewhere not romantic enough for a story. Chan coughed into his glass. Mr. Bang's eyes narrowed. Your family background is simple. That's a polite way to say poor, Wai Yan said. Chen looked at her warningly. Wai Yan smiled at Mr. Bang. It's fine, I know. But simple families know how to love without needing contracts for everything. Chan's fork paused. Mr. Bang's expression went cold. Wai Yan realized too late what she had said. Contracts. For a second, no one moved. Then Chan reached for her hand under the table. To anyone else, it looked romantic. But Wai Yan knew he was warning her. She smiled sweetly and added, wedding contracts. Business contracts, company contracts. Rich people really love paper. Mr. Bang leaned back. The danger passed, barely. After dinner, Chan led YN upstairs to a guest room. The moment the door closed, he turned to her. "Are you trying to get us caught?" Chan asked. YN dropped her sweet smile. "Are you trying to make me die of boredom? Your father interrogates people like he's choosing suspects. You mentioned contracts. I saved it. You almost ruined everything. And then I fixed it," YN said. "You're welcome." Chan stepped closer. "This is not a game." YN lifted her chin. "I know. My family's life is tied to this, remember?" His expression softened slightly, but only for a second. YN noticed. She hated that she noticed everything about him. Chan looked away first. "Your room is here. Mine is across the hall. Tomorrow, we go to the company together. My father will test you again." "Lovely. Should I bring a sword?" "Bring your attitude. It seems sharp enough." YN smiled. "Careful, husband." That sounded like another compliment. Chan opened the door to leave, but YN's voice stopped him. "Why me?" she asked. His back stiffened. "There are many women who would do this," YN said. "Women richer than me, prettier than me, quieter than me." Chen did not turn around. YN crossed her arms. "So, why did you choose me?" For a long moment, Chan said nothing. Then he looked over his shoulder. His eyes were unreadable again, but his voice was quieter. "Because I already knew you would survive this." YN frowned. "What does that mean?" Chen opened the door. "Good night, YN." Then he left. YN stood alone in the large room, staring at the closed door. Her heart beat strangely, because the way Chen said it did not sound like a guess. It sounded like a memory. Across the hall, Chan leaned against his own door and closed his eyes. From inside his pocket, he pulled out an old photograph. It was worn at the edges. In the photo, a younger YN stood under the rain, smiling brightly at a boy whose face had been partly torn away. Chen touched the photo carefully. "I found you," he whispered. And for the first time that night, Bong Chan looked afraid.